Hello traders, I hope you're doing good. In today's video, I'm going to go through the trades that I took on the GJ. I want to do like a trade recap and also not just like look at the trades, but also like explain my losses, my winners, and just really take a deep analysis and also look at my emotions when I took the trades and just really explain how the week went and be prepared because my week was a real roller coaster, like ups and downs. Yeah. I'm sometimes speechless even thinking about this week, but hey ho, I want to keep it real, transparent, and just talk about my losses and winners and missed trades and all that kind of good stuff. Before I go into the video, I really want to say thank you so much for watching the videos. Thank you so much for subscribing, for commenting, for supporting, sharing my videos. It's honestly, it's like, I can't even believe that I will build this channel, because when I started I was like, oh, this is gonna be my diary. Like, there's so many people who start the channels when they are just like in the beginning stages of the trading, or when they just want to share their journey and they say this is gonna be my diary. And the same way it was like for me, but I wanted to kind of share the truth and the honest and real trading. And I'm honestly, it's just like speechless to even think how far I've grown, and that like we are now at over 800 subscribers, which is like 800 people that can fill the whole house, like the big house, more like this, I don't know, a hospital. It's just like unreal to think that there's people who are watching me, supporting me, and honestly it means so much. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Before I also start to go in, I want to remind you that I do have an Instagram account where you can reach out to me. So I'll put a little the name of the Instagram in here so you can see it and you can follow me there, and I really appreciate you guys in there as well. And on Instagram I share more, like I share my trades that I take. Sometimes I also a little bit explain, and just it's like on the story so you can see like my daily life and how am I going about when like being a forex trader. Before I go into all my trades, I want to talk quickly about this thing that happens in the market. So that thing is when you have bearish market and you can see their potential sell zones, and you see two zones and you're thinking, which zone should I take? Should I take the first one or should I take the higher one? If you don't take the first zone and price goes down, then you feel like you've missed out on the trade. But if you take the first zone and like stop loss gets hit, you get all upset because you're thinking, why did I not wait for the second zone? So in these conditions, when that happens in the market, what I suggest to do and what I do personally is I just half the risk. So if I normally risk 1%, I will take 0.5% risk on my first setup. And if the stop gets hit, I enter again on the higher zone and I will take the other half. So the other half of that risk that I was planning to take on the first trade. So I hope this makes sense, and I do have noticed that it happens quite often. But then also be careful, if you see that the first zone was not respected, the stop was hit, the second zone was not respected and the stop was hit, don't try to go and chase the trade, because what's happening, you might see the trend change. Now from the bearish trend, we'll go into the bullish one. So you need to go and see the higher time frame to make sure that you are still bearish and you can try and sell again from the higher zone. And I think this is where the traders get burned quite often, because what you try to do is you try to sell when the trend change is happening. And I mean, I am one of those traders. I have done that, been there, done that, blown accounts because of that, because of the GJ pushing high, and you think when she's finally gonna just drop, and you try and find all these zones and she's just like reaching the zone, stopping out, reaching another zone, stopping out. So it's like never ending battle with the GJ. So what I have found works really well is when I split my risk and I try and attempt 2 trades. So first zone and the second one. And if the second zone doesn't hold, I'm really like starting to think there's this change happening. But obviously, like I said, always check on the higher time frames, because you still might get the third zone hit and then you will drop, because on the higher time frames the trend is still bearish. So now let's go into my trades. So started my week with a loss. And starting with the loss, it's not great at all. Like, let's look at the chart. So the GJ is bearish. This is 15-minute chart, so it's bearish. We can see making lower lows, lower highs, and here it was a good, beautiful break of structure. Beautifully broke the structure, and I was like, okay, never went lower in here, but let's wait for the next zone. And next zone was either in here, like this little order block in here. So, or another one was in here. And I was like, okay, well, let's wait for it. So the first one, as you can see, price just went through. And this is about London Open in here. Price went through and then it reached this zone in here. So, and it also gave the closure of the candle. So I was like, that's it. I am in and I am selling. So I did short this trade in here. Stops above, I kind of don't wanna, yeah, well, stops above previous high in here. So, and that was my trade. Pretty much quick loser, very quick loser. I was targeting the lows, so very quick loser. I saw the chain change. I think I was even thinking maybe to sell in here. I was like, yeah, maybe to sell in here, because it again gave me the kind of the closure, little closure in here, you can see. However, the equal highs in here was not very communicating with me, right? So I never sold again. So I never entered this trade. So, and good for me, at least escaped another loss. So yeah, started with pretty painful, I would say, loss, because price just moved a little bit lower and then shooted up to the sky. So right, let's take all the little things out. The next trade I took was also a loss. Yep, Anna likes losing. I went for this order block in here. And this was quite a painful trade to me because I did open it in here, right there. So after confirmation was the bearish closure, I put it above, just above these wicks in here. And I was looking for in here, I was like, let's see if the price can go to here. So beautiful 1 to 3, obviously never happened. So another loss was done. And as you can see, I was in the profit at some point. I was, but it was not even 1 hour. So that's why I never put it to break even. So I just took a full stop loss. So yeah, 2 stops in a row, guys. Not the greatest start at all. Let's look at my winning trade. So the winning trade was really beautiful, and I think it's probably one of the best winners you can ever get because it's so clean. The trade was super clean. So what was happening is that in here, this is the 4-hour zone in here. So, but I'm not going to switch it or anything like that. So let's just keep on 15 minutes. So we can see that we respected, we're going down. And then what happened in here, this is the London Open. I was waiting either for this zone in here. So either take in here or look for this one in this zone in here. So like that. So what I was waiting for in here was the beautiful rejection, but because of this huge candle in here, I never pulled the trigger, and I was like, I'm not going to sell from here. So this is what I wanted to do first. So I was like, should we sell? Should we not? Let's not sell it because it's not looking too good. It's super bullish, this one, and it did break the previous higher low. So I was like, no, let's not do that, and let's wait for the next zone. So I was like, I'm either gonna sell from this zone in here, or I'm gonna wait for the price to come back to these to this zone, to these kind of highs in here. But then obviously I saw the closure of the candle and I was in because it was beautiful closure. And I was like, I'm ready to sell. So I did sell, and the trade ended up being a beautiful 1 to 3 hour. But then, like I just said, I did lower the risk. I was quite upset about it. So being really honest here, and I did felt a little bit upset that I only took a smaller risk on this one and it ended up being a winner. So anyways, let's move on to another trade that I took. Then what happened was I was still being bearish on the GJ. So I was thinking, is the price going to go back to retest these highs in here, or is it going to just break? So, and what happened in here, it did give us a beautiful break in here, but it kind of never really retested. Yeah, I wanted to sell, but I never sold. So, and it was quite late as well in here, so I really never sold, but it would have been 1 to 3 trades. It would have been. So this is my missed trade. I did saw this all happening because like I was sitting in my charts. I did saw everything happening, but I never pulled the trigger, and there you go. It would have been a winner. Let's move to the last trade. So I did saw like a zone in here. So I saw this one closing bearish and I was like, 15 minutes. I'm not sure. So I dropped to 5 minutes. So I did got my 5-minute confirmation and the trade was beautiful. And I ended up having another beautiful winner. And I went in here after this candle. I saw like a double top forming in here as well. So this is beautiful. I'm just gonna go get in and I put it above here and 1 to 3. I'm always targeting 1 to 3 at least. So there you go. The trade was so clean and so perfect. It was literally the cleanest setup I had all this week. And then to end the week, I did miss a couple of more trades, which is super sad, but nothing I can do about it, you know. And I ended up the week all over in the profit, but I did miss more trades in here because I saw the clear structure break in here and I could have taken the trade from here and it would have been a profit, but I just watched it and I think honestly I was a little bit upset that I took a smaller risk and it was the winner. But oh hey ho, we learn every day and I am happy altogether about my roller coaster week. Altogether, I am happy about the week. I am happy that I could have get over that emotional bit in like in the middle of the week where I was like, I had losses, I'm gonna lower my risk and I'm gonna just be cool about it. And then I hit my profit and I was not cool at all. I was really upset. And then I kind of let go and I still kept the same risk. I risked only half and I had another profit. And altogether, I ended up my week in profit, which is good. Small profit, but still a profit. It's always better to be in the profit than be at the break even or at the losing, you know? So I was happy, I'm still happy, but I'm hoping the next week is going to be better. So what I'm going to tell in here that I'm going to go back to my normal risk. And I'm really hoping it's not going to be the loss, so it doesn't like put me back into that place where I'm just like, oh, again, losing, really? When I'm going to the full risk, I'm losing again. So yeah, not the greatest, but it is what it is. Like I said, I'm happy with the week, how it went. I'm still learning through, I'm still in the process, you know, I'm still learning and trying to figure out all my emotions, why I'm doing what I'm doing, like when to lower the risk, when to go back to normal risk, or should I even like lower my risk or maybe just stick to one thing. Yeah, it's just too much. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you and I will see you in the next video. Bye.